Now, the first thing to remember with pain of any kind, whether it's physical or anything else, pain is pain. The mind and the body are one. It's much more useful for the purpose of working with these kind of healing modalities to think of the mind and body as one, rather than separate things. Whatever we're thinking, whatever we're feeling, very much affects our physical reality and our experience of pain. And of course, our mind and our emotions are affected by what happens to the body, but the two are really inseparable. When using a technique like meridian tapping, we're mainly working with the energy body, the energy system, as well as the emotions. And what's important to understand about chronic pain is that almost always there are some deep and sometimes buried underlying emotional traumas or emotional conflicts within the subconscious mind that either gave rise to the condition of pain, physical pain, or at least maintain it, or prevent the body from releasing and healing. This is not a simple and easy, quick fix kind of a thing in most cases, but amazing things do occur with tapping, quite amazing, and rapid in many cases, but it's important not to go into using tapping for pain with the false sort of notion that it's an easy thing to do, a one-shot deal. If that happens for somebody, they're fortunate, and what a great thing. But if you fully expect that and then it doesn't happen right away, then you're likely to feel disappointed and not go further, not be persistent. It's very important to be persistent and yet gentle with yourself when it comes to working on these kind of things, because it may take some time and some process of discovery to find what is underlying whatever kind of physical conditions you're struggling with. Now, there are two ways to look at the treatment of pain with something like EFT, meridian tapping. The first is to use it for immediate symptom alleviation, immediate reduction in physical discomfort or pain. And it's excellent for that. In the most basic, simple way, you can simply focus on the symptom and describe it verbally, out loud, preferably, as you tap through the normal process of tapping, which I'll go over in the next video. And while tapping through, you're just focused on the symptom, not any deep thing, not any deep emotional trauma or past events or anything like that. Simply describing the pain and any emotions that go along with it, you can say as well. The point is to be as descriptive as possible. You might describe the sensation of pain. Let's say it's a burning pain and it's in a certain part of your body. It's in your right side, in your leg, in your belly, and in your arm. You describe that very specifically, and then you also describe whatever goes along with that. It could be a feeling of hopelessness or despair or anger or fear or whatever. And in most cases, that pain will decrease very quickly, at least partially, if not to a very large degree. Now, will that be permanent? In most cases, it will not be, because there's usually something more there to resolve. And that's the other avenue to take with tapping, and the one which generally takes a little bit longer and a little bit deeper examination of your own consciousness and your feelings. In those cases, I suggest keeping a journal and doing some introspection as you go through the process of tapping. It's helpful if you can tap with others, either in a group or with a therapist or just a support person who's familiar with tapping. The more experienced, the better. But you can also do this by yourself if you have no other kind of support to use. Keeping a journal is a really good way to do it because it will help you to get clear about what's in the mind, what's in there, what's in your memories that relates to this pain. That will require a longer discussion, which I will talk about in subsequent videos. But let me just say for now that process involves tapping for emotional trauma, usually. Very often it's a deep emotional trauma that begins the process of pain manifesting in the body. And by addressing that original trauma and releasing the emotions around that, the body begins to release the pain in a much more permanent way. So stay tuned for more videos in this series of tapping for pain, and I'll be getting into much more specifics and doing some actual tapping so that you can tap along for various aspects of pain reduction and healing. Thanks for watching, and tune in to the next video on pain. Thank you.